This is how I stopped the cold turkey approach and finally got out of the vicious cycle of feeling like I had to deprive myself in order to see results. For years, I struggled with long-term sustainability, and even when I saw results, I just felt like I wasn't in it for the right reasons. Not only was I equating my weight loss to my energy loss, but I just didn't know how to be flexible. I finally realized the biggest component that I was missing in every phase of trial and error that I was going through. And I'm going to tell you guys about it in this video. So a while back ago, I uploaded a video about what it's like growing up as a chubby Asian female. So if you haven't already, go watch that video. It's in the link in the description below. So in that video, I was talking about how I used to deprive myself all the time, all the way back from being a kid, and how I used to be body shamed a lot as well. Okay, I just farted. I don't know if you guys heard that. Anyways.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
Anyways, in today's video, not only do I want to give you guys an update, but I want to share some helpful learning lessons as well. So I battled with depression for a really long time, but I would say at the end of last year and beginning of this year was when I experienced one of my worst depressions. My health was deteriorating, physically and mentally, and I struggled so much with sleep, breathing, a lot of irregular periods, bowel movements as well, and just constantly felt bloated 24/7. I think when you start noticing it, the universe has a really funny way of telling you what you're depleting in your life at the moment. So I feel like it tells you in ways where you either feel it physically, in your gut, see it, or you just keep thinking about it. I've always dealt with body shaming comments as I was a kid, but they really escalated to the point where I felt like my childhood trauma just kind of hit me all of a sudden. And so there was like this feeling of guilt, criticism. It was like a lack of communication, a lonely feeling that I was accessing on a day-to-day basis. It made me feel so worthless that I didn't even feel like celebrating my own birthday. I felt like, did I even deserve to have a birthday? Did I even deserve to have these people around me celebrate my birthday? I just remember that day I felt the absolute worst, even just leading up to it as well. I thought to myself, how did I do it before? How did I lose so much weight? I could never be fit again. I could never be the healthy version of myself again. And even if I did get back to the point where I did before when I was skinny, then wouldn't I still not be happy, and wouldn't this behavior continue of these endless comments about, you know, my body and my health and all this micromanagement? Basically, I had so many of these limiting beliefs, and that's when I really reached my tipping point. I said that this is enough, I'm fed up with this. But I didn't take action until one night I had a dream of a past relative. And even though she didn't pass away from weight-related issues, she did pass away due to health-related issues. And because of that, it really reminded me that I needed to take it as a life learning lesson and not to take my health for granted. It really also reminded me as well that anything can happen tomorrow. It tells us that even though it hasn't happened to us, we still need to take it into consideration. And so here are the actions that I took to claim back my mind, my body, my power, and my voice. And I want to share these learning lessons that may be helpful to your physical and emotional well-being. And I just want to say the first step to really beginning this healing journey, but to be able to also see results in your fitness and health journey, is to change your mindset. Not only shifting your mindset, but being able to know how to set boundaries with those around you. And not just boundaries, but boundaries with consequences. Because if you don't set boundaries, that behavior will keep continuing. I just want to let you know as well that setting boundaries definitely doesn't happen overnight. Honestly, not giving up on establishing my boundaries really helped a long way, because once I sat down and had a proper conversation with those around me, that's when they started to really understand where I was coming from. It took a lot of work and a lot of time, but trust me, it is going to be so tremendously helpful to your fitness and health journey because honestly, if I didn't establish my boundaries, then what would happen if, one day I packed all that weight on again? That behavior will continue. And honestly, since I had that really big conversation about what I dealt with and what I felt on a day-to-day basis, that's when they started to back off. And since then, I haven't heard anything about my body or any sort of comments. And that really helped me move forward in my fitness and health journey. So it's been like 6 months now and I haven't heard anything. Next learning lesson is, instead of implementing these big changes overnight and going cold turkey and extremely restricting yourself and going back into those old past habits by thinking if you do this overnight you'll see quick results, instead of doing that, what I did was I made gradual small changes. I really focused on creating those micro habits. And when I would rock up to the gym, instead of thinking, oh, today I'm gonna go to the gym to lose weight, instead of thinking that, think I'm going to show up to the gym and I'm becoming the person who I want to be. The next tip is that I worked on my mindset. I made sure to shift my focus to podcasts, books, and the content that I was consuming as well. Now, I've been working on a program that specifically helps with Asian females defeat the limiting beliefs of not being able to lose weight again and to stop the cold turkey approach and to finally see results in their fitness and health journey through mindset work. And I believe that it's like generational trauma. If we don't heal our trauma, then it will pass on to future generations. So same goes to your fitness and health journey, right? So if we don't focus on educating ourselves, then the toxic behavior will continue and pass on to our future generations. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe, and be sure to also follow my social media as well. But till next time, I'll see ya.
I'll be deep under your influence tonight. Ooh, keep it coming.